Welcome back to GCTV. This is the halfway point of Global Champions League Round 2. And there have been some rather interesting results, some rather interesting assists, if you might well say. The Mexico Amigos being assisted tremendously. The Shanghai Swans being assisted tremendously as well. And after what you would think a 28 penalty count, the Swans would find themselves quite far down the table. But because of the elimination of the New York Empire team in Round 1, they climb one position. Because of Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem, getting less than the 28 time penalties and time difference, they climb once again. The Rome Gladiators, Madrid in Motion, all of these teams assisting the Shanghai Swans to try and move higher and higher and higher up. So it has been a rather intriguing opening performances from these teams in GCL Round 2. Let's take a look at the Mexico Amigos, who have been really, really good in GCL Round 2 here. Let's show you those performances and bring you up to speed of Nadia Petersteiner, who was the first out for the Amigos. And after a very, very, very strong start in this Round 2, she was able to hold it together, put all of it together, because she jumped 8, by the way, in GCL Round 1. And what a response, what a turnaround this was for Nadia Petersteiner, who makes a horse change to no comment de septon and goes on to jump a clear. But that one-time penalty, unfortunately, catching her out. So she jumps on a one-time penalty. That then brings in the very reliable Eduardo Pereira de Menezes, who comes in for the team, always delivering, always producing the goods. On H5, Alvaro. And once again, Eduardo jumping very strong. And if Nadia Petersteiner had a time penalty to avoid the clear, well, he avoided both the time and the fences. Eduardo then jumping a clear. Mexico Amigos just one time penalty in that second round to give them the provisional lead. We stand by with Dan, who is alongside Eduardo now, for some reaction.
Eduardo, you're becoming the real mainstay, the talisman of your team. Clear again. How does it feel?
Oh no, it feels good. My horse is jumping great. You know, it's always, we look always so smart when we have a good horse, so it's good.
For Nadia, she obviously got the time fault. Was that a case of just trying to make sure she didn't get fences down, so taking her time, taking it steady?
Yeah, I think she was focused on go clear. I think I didn't talk to her after, but I think she had one step to the Liverpool, the Oxer, that I think was not in the plan, and I think that cost her the time fault. But in the end, she leave all the poles in the cups, and that's what it matters most.
It does, because on 21 faults, you're still top of the pile at the moment. You've been assisted by what's going on around you, but putting Mexico Amigos, as has been the case this season, sort of punching above your weight a little bit.
Oh, I think we are punching just about our weight and more, so it's no problem. We are not afraid of challenge.
Confident you can stick it out and get on the podium here?
Yeah, we're gonna do our best, and then hope that the other teams keeps us alive.
And your son's just come in to congratulate you. A lovely moment.
Yeah, he's proud. He's proud.
He should be. Well done.
Thank you.
We are not afraid of a challenge. Isn't that a nice line from Eduardo? We are not afraid of a challenge, and the Mexico Amigos truly are jumping and punching well above their weight to put themselves in a very strong position now with the teams to follow. And whilst 21 will not go on to win them the stage, if and when some teams that follow now in the second half may have a couple fences down, Prague Lions on 12, Razorback International on 12, if they have a fence or two that drops, I wonder if maybe all of a sudden that score of the Mexico Amigos might start to flirt with a top 4, top 5 finish. We'll have to see. Talking of those assists for the Shanghai Swans, it's not very often that a penalty count of 28 will see you finish outside of the bottom. But as we mentioned, there have been a handful of teams that have performed far worse than the 28 penalty count and have boosted the Shanghai Swans perhaps higher up than they would have imagined. We caught up with Jean Sadron, who jumped her very first clear of the 2024 season today in GCL Round 2.
Jean, your first GCL clear, how does that feel?
I'm really happy, really happy. My horse jumped again one more time, really nice. Okay, we are just a little bit unlucky for the team, but I don't know for why. That's 2 seasons in a row. It's not the season for the team. We have been very strong for the last few years. And actually, it's a little bit complicated, but we need to wait, and then something change the result, and then some podium. I hope so in the future.
What's complicated?
I don't know. It's a little bit hard because actually Max, it's just lame now, and Christian has not so much horse to jump this kind of class. Me, I have just one. The other one are a little bit too young, and Daniel also tried to build a new horse, and then Pius, it's actually in Rotterdam. I don't know. It's a special year with the Olympics, and we have some big show to do with all nation, and then now it's a little bit hard for the global, but the second part of the season, I think for sure will be better for everybody.
Well, you take your form into the second half, and well done on that first clear.
Thank you.
Jean Sadran jumping beautifully in this second round, delivering that very important clear for the Shanghai Swans. Christian Allman, by the way, jumping 4. He made a horse change as well from Danix to Mandato in round 2. And Allman, who jumped 16 in round 1, also makes somewhat of a comeback to keep it down to 4 penalties in that second round. The Swans then staying on 28 overall. Rome Gladiators were one of the teams that we identified in the early stages of today's competition as a team to look out for. And unfortunately for the Rome Gladiators, the team powered by ClubMyHorse.tv, they were unable to produce such results. Let's show you what took place then for the Rome Gladiators today, as they as well had some difficulty. There was some talking points around the team makeup. Lorenzo De Luca making a horse change, Marco Kutscher sticking with Karajan. And unfortunately for the two riders for the Rome Gladiators, they started GCL round 2 on 20 penalties. And whilst Marco Kutscher only contributed 4 more to the second round, it was the difficulty of Lorenzo De Luca that followed. As here we see the closing few moments of Marco Kutscher, that late fence, that late penalty going down for him, taking the team to 24. But then unfortunately, as we said, Lorenzo De Luca, normally so strong for the team, going on to have multiple fences down, 3 in fact, to finish on 12 penalties, taking the Rome Gladiators to 36 and seeing them drop way down, not just the standings today, but they will understandably probably drop down the overall ranking as well. Something that we can unpack perhaps a little bit deeper in the day after. That'll be available for you on demand on GCTV later this weekend. But the Rome Gladiators having some difficulty, struggling here in Paris. Now, speaking of teams that perhaps haven't produced the results that they wanted, Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem. We know that Olivier Robert comes in for that second round. Jumping Iglesias, expectation and requirement on his shoulder to jump well. And that's exactly what the Frenchman did. Let's hear from him.
Olivier, you told me on the course walk off camera it was going to be easy, this course, and you went and jumped clear. You're a prophet.
Just Iglesias is so special at the moment, so really, I really think everything is a little bit easy when I walk the course. And okay, La Baule was something fantastic for me 2 weeks ago, and now I'm sure about me, and for sure my horse was ready already 3 months ago, but now it looks good.
The smile you gave me when we were in the ring was almost a cheeky smile. Now it's a confident smile, and that confidence just seems to be going and going. You've really got momentum.
Yeah, you know, when you ride a horse like that and clear 2 times in the Nation Cup and clear in Saint-Tropez and clear in Madrid. So now, I don't know. I feel good on my horse. I really feel good on my horse.
Just looking at the team as a whole, obviously the last 3 legs have been difficult. What's the mood like in the camp for Istanbul Warriors at the moment?
Okay, today was not a good day for our team. We made the choice to have Piccadilly, and was not here at the first course with Effet, but for sure next week will be better in Stockholm, and that's the sport.
Olivier, well done staying. Good luck for Stockholm.
Thank you very much.
This season with Fernando Martinez Sommer for Prague Lions, powered by Czech Equestrian Team. Michael Nerovan in round 1 was responsible for the 12 penalties, always with that light flowing seat of his. No, Martingale just lets the mare do as she wants. Beautiful interview with Fernando Martinez earlier about his partnership, his bond with this mare. She developed. We always believed in the quality, but never knew how scopy she would be. And there she's on the back rail. And it's a little bit of a riding mistake because you see him drift wide through the turn. And the Prague Lions are now at 16, 1 down. They've got a rail and a time penalty in hand on the Amigos. There, the jump over the Oxer. Added strike to the last, leaves that standing. It is 4 penalties for Fernando Martinez Sommer and Lady van der Harterhoeve. 1 down, is a bit disappointed there. The Mexican, based in the Netherlands.
That's 1 fence down for Fernando Martinez Sommer. If you want to watch the rest of Global Champions League round 2, you can check out Niels Bruinseels currently in the ring. Join us with your GCTV Live Pass and come watch the rest of Paris GCL.